Oh, hey, welcome to another episode of SiXFramesPodcast. I am still on vacation. Oh, man, this is great. Episode 11. We're here.
We're there.
I wasn't here for 10, but I'm here for 11.
Double digits.
1 and 1 equals 2.
Congratulations, you're back.
This is great. This is great.
This is one hell of a start.
It is, isn't it? Oh my goodness. So I was just sitting here idly and I didn't even know we had started. And he's like, what are you doing? Just I can say something. All right. Well, welcome to SiXFramesPodcast, where we talk about all the greats, video games, anime, movies, and why white vans with free candy is bad. But white vans with free Wi-Fi is good. I think.
I mean, if I could just put my computer in, that would be good. I mean, just say no.
Look,
carry pepper spray.
Beggars can't be choosers. I mean, you gotta update your League of Legends account, right?
I prefer the ones with
Like,
candy.
no, don't touch me.
You would want the ones with candy. All right. Kicking in the door and leading the conversation here, Jamal.
Marissa Bell, Satan.
Jacob.
Clea.
Zed, also known as Miles.
Alexis.
Kevin.
Harold.
All righty. We have a full house today, y'all.
Yeah, no lamp.
No Lamp. Lamp is out. He's tending to Mama Lamp. We hope she feels better. And we'll get Lamp on the next one. So it's like we're swapping spots now. I was out, and now I'm back, Lamp's out. But here it is. We're here. We got a thick list here to go over.
Is it extra thick?
It's extra thick, like sawdust and peanut butter sandwich. It is
Delicious.
I thought Elvis like peanut butter.
Here's my peanut butter and bacon banana sandwich.
All right. So first main topic, we're going to just jump right into it, is going to be the Broly movie.
Oh.
That's right. It was beautifully animated, I must say.
Oh yeah.
I was very pleased for any old school Dragon Ball Z fan. I mean, you can definitely appreciate this movie. It was done well. I mean, it had some gimmicky stuff in it, but
It had
comes
some
with the writing.
retcons.
Yeah.
They changed a lot of the whatever mythos they
Right.
created before.
Right.
Like with Bardock and how what's his name, Goku went to Earth.
Right.
So, I mean, that's just a little nitpick. I guess everything else is great. Like Broly has a character.
Yeah. One of the good things I think this Broly movie did was it kind of gave a foundation for a lot of characters and information that we were always kind of wondering about. I mean, we got to see Goku's mom for the first time.
Oh yeah.
We got to get a real storyline behind Broly. It wasn't like he was just this angry baby that grew up and just was just angry at Kakarot Goku.
No, he's Tarzan.
Yeah, now he's Tarzan. Me, Broly.
Me, Broly. You, Jane. You, Dick. Oh,
Thick green.
Let's go in the little green.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. I didn't do it. The memes did.
Oh, man. But yeah, it was good. I am glad that they're going to make him... Now he's canon.
He's canon.
He's no longer just a movie character like before. So now he fits in the timeline of everything since they're kind of updating it as they go along here. Because I think one of the things that people don't realize when Dragon Ball Z was created, he didn't predict it to be this long. And so he just kind of made up stuff as he went along writing the story.
Prime example, if you read Buzzsaw, is pretty much made up.
Yeah, he just kind of was like, we'll just do this. We'll throw that
He
in
eats
there.
people, he turns them to chocolate, and I guess he's strong, so he can't be defeated, so we...
There it is.
There it is.
Wrap it up. That's it.
Wrap it up.
But
And then
go ahead.
they made the movies,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess he was just a popular character.
Yeah, no, he was. He's definitely definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I always liked
He is
Broly.
my favorite, yeah, for
Just-
sure.
Anytime you have that like hulking, like savage, raw power type character, I mean, it's always going to generate some type of fan following.
Yeah.
And so definitely with him, I liked him with the whole legendary sand mythos that kind of went with it. We had that kind of like green ore that covered him compared to the other guys who had the typical, that gold and yellow type look. So, but yeah, I'm definitely glad they made it mainstream. I guess we'll go around the room here and get some of you guys' opinions. Harold, I know you saw it before we did. How'd you like it?
My boy, Gogeta, finally canon.
By the way, this movie is also canon the movie.
Yes.
Everything's canon the movie.
Everything's canon. It's all legit.
Mm-hmm.
The animation for the fight scenes was just beautiful. It really was. I couldn't... Even when they were doing the whole thing with Gogeta, bro.
The music that they were
doing the chanting music.
The chanting music. Gotcha.
Like Deadpool. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Right. So they had the same kind of thing going on with the Broly movie. Okay. So like the animation.
The animation, how the characters feel, the movement of it all is just
work together.
They put money,
They
put money. They put money.
They're like, oh, Superman, how much? Let's do this for this movie.
Yeah.
And then probably my last piece, the best scene was Frieza getting his ass kicked.
Oh
Son.
That's hilarious.
I lived for that scene.
Yeah, no, that scene was great. And Frieza was getting his tail handed to him literally. Yeah, that was awesome. He just straight up pounding him. What's up, Zed?
So my friend sent me a link to watch it because it was no longer in theaters, and I had my headphones on, and I was sitting in like a crowded area, and it was like dead quiet. I was the only one laughing at that scene. Everybody's like, "What the fuck is this guy laughing at?"
I'm watching Frieza get destroyed here. Relax.
Yeah. I'm watching Frieza getting spanked.
All right, so Jacob,
yes,
the animation man here. I know you were
first person. Fight.
I know you were enjoying it.
Oh my god.
Front row seats.
Oh man.
Heard it on next.
We were literally in the front row of the movie theater. But go ahead.
I mean, the animation, like you guys described, man, that was like the main thing that caught my attention. Full on. Oh man, animation was godly. For instance, I know one of the animators who work on it. I've seen his work on One Piece and Taiyo animation.
That's right. He's the main guy if you want things to look pretty.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
And fluid and smooth.
Okay.
His name is Naotoshi Shida. Hey, Lamb. Hey, if you listen to this, man, I'm sorry I mispronounced his name.
You just said the guy that works on One Piece makes things look pretty.
Oh. Wait, hold on.
They have to bust through that door and be like, "What the fuck you said?"
Leave this beef alone right now.
Hey, I'm sure if Lamp listening to this, hey Lamp, hey, we're gonna jump her. but
here comes the social justice warriors.
I'm just playing. Naotoshi Shida. I mean, he goes to work he goes to town when it comes to this type of animation stuff. And to see him on screen, see his work on screen was pretty amazing. It really helped capture the soul of Dragon Ball Z. Even though it's called Dragon Ball Super right now, but it was pretty fulfilling. And man, Frieza, man, that man deserved Golden Globes, Oscars for all those actings, skills that he exhibited.
Best actor.
Very melodramatic as always.
Very melodramatic. That's Frieza.
I came here to the planet, monkeys. Damn,
and of course, like you guys mentioned, I didn't like the fact that they kind of changed some things to
fit the narrative.
Yeah, to fit the narrative, but like Goku's, I would say origin story.
Yeah, they changed that. Yeah,
because with the thing with Akira, the creator, he kind of glosses over things that he does in the past. Yeah, he kind of out of the blue, he's just thinking about just a new idea, and he just puts it in there.
Because the thing is that this series was a comedy series, and it's just a comedy series with kung fu action.
Right.
And so he never thought that people are gonna like it enough that he has to make them grow up and then have these other fights and have serious, character development issues and complex moral stuff. Because before it was like panties. What? Let me see your boobs. what is Dragon Balls? Like, these are my Dragon Balls? Those were the jokes. Those were the jokes.
Right.
And, where's Launch at? I remember he forgot about it.
But he forgot about it, yeah. There was a thing. He's like, oh, I forgot.
that was it. They just forgot about it.
But continuing on, man, when I never felt so satisfied to see Frieza got knocked out, like getting hits with Broly. Like I was like, bing, bop, boom, boom, making sound effects in my mind. Like first thing, man, like when Broly came in, I counted like 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece, 4 piece.
We were saying in the theater that he was getting the $5 combo special.
So, with that biscuit too.
With that biscuit too.
Oh, it was choking.
And on that biscuit, it was dry.
But other than that, man, I guess the story pretty much tied up nicely. Man, Gogeta, man, he's finally canon like you guys described.
He did the dance.
He did the fusion dance. And the thing is, what was really good was that Vegeta, like, we got to see his Super Saiyan God. You know, the red.
We did see it.
You know, when it comes to him, they kind of gloss over things.
Yeah.
I mean, how did he turn into Super Saiyan God? How did he skip over Super Saiyan 3? You never get to that, you know?
Yeah. No, and that was the funny part, because when I saw that, I was like, you know, Kyle Cap? And it was Lamb who was sitting next to me. He was like, no, it's the first form. I'm like, okay. And there it showed it.
Yeah, no, they didn't. Now it's in there.
And another thing too is like people in the comments when I was looking at reactions to it, after the movie, you know, got out of theaters. So people were saying that Taiyoi trolled them with Goku turning I think Super Saiyan Blue or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you saw a little hint of Ultra Instinct.
Yeah,
like he was trying to force it out, but Ty was like, "Hey, slow your roll." I'm trying to save that for later. But another thing too, what I found out on Twitter was that Taiyoi kind of like denied the fact that they were working on Dragon Ball Super episodes for the next season. People were kind of like angry about that. But
I mean, at that point, because what I kind of heard is that they were just trying to test the waters to see they want to do more episodes. So they just did this movie just so, you know, they could have something if people are still interested. Even though they made a lot of money.
Yeah, no, this movie made
tons
of money.
With the freaking...
This is like one of the second highest grossing anime films in America, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Those lines.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, no, they made good money.
Yeah, we put our money into it.
Yeah, no, they made good money on this one. That's for sure. Well, Zed, I know you touched on it. You wanted to add a little bit more before I come over here to Kev.
Kakarot! No, I'm not saying. No, they didn't have that. But, you know, I kind of like this book. I like how they changed the whole, I'm pissed at Goku now.
Right, yeah, they gave him a story.
Legit actually making him a fledged character.
Right.
With, like, moral complexities and trying to understand what's right from wrong and not just being like, Broly, sit.
Right. Yeah, like an attack dog.
Broly, sit down.
Right. Exactly.
Touch me my slippers.
All right, so Kev, how did you feel about this?
Well, I own the original, of course. I loved it.
Hey.
And what can I say? We all said we like it. Shit.
Yes, we like it.
But everything's canon. I love that aspect. It's just a little, I guess, overbearing a little bit because it's like you're now changing this whole narrative with the characters, and now that we're gonna probably get new episodes, how you're gonna fit all of that after we just have 10. What was it, like 10 years, 20 years of history with Dragon Ball Z? Right, yeah. Yeah, so... It's kind of rewriting it all. So they did this retcon that, I don't know if this is just for the movie's sake. I don't know what they're going to do. Because they did that for Super when they did the other movies and they put it on the episodes and they changed it around.
Yeah, they added more things to it.
Yeah, so... Well, I don't know. When they do the episodes, probably they changed most of the things that we kind of didn't like in the movie. Probably.
Maybe I think they could do something on the lines of, you remember when Frieza was getting his lights knocked out of him during the whole time, you know, Goku and Vegeta was doing their fusion technique. I guess they kept trying to do that for like an hour. So Frieza was getting his lights knocked out for
like a whole hour.
Yeah, for a whole hour. Because they messed up twice. No, 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they messed up their.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, remember, they had to wait 30 minutes. And then they had to do that dance. So let's say that dance took like 5 extra minutes. So he's getting his ass whooped for over an hour.
So, you know that'd be funny.
Hour 30, like hour 45. Frieza like, where the hell Goku at? He's boy. I mean, I'm freezing gold and I'm turning black and blue. What the hell's going on?
You know the funniest part of that whole thing was he was turning into Gold Frieza. And he says, none will
stop me, and then flap. He stopped him before he did it.
He just straight up hits.
You can't stop me. Bitch, what you said?
He was yelling at me.
Hold my beer.
But you know what's funny? I hope they when they do the episodes, that's like 3 episodes before you see them come back. 3 dedicated episodes of them trying to fuse.
Right. Yeah. And Freeze getting beat up in between. That would be dope.
Oh, that would be so satisfying. I would live for that again.
Yeah.
What? Real quick, go ahead.
I like Frieza's goal for the Dragon Balls.
Oh, that he
All right, so that's a big part too. Is the goals of the movie is kind of
it was kind of
it's so funny that it's just at this point it's just everything's comical.
Yeah,
it's like going back to his roots,
right?
From the original, like how it says like it's all used to be jokes. Now it is jokes. Like his wish was, I want to be taller.
And what was it with Bulma? She wanted to be 5 years younger.
Yeah, she wanted to be a little bit younger,
slightly younger, so it doesn't look like she
not too noticeable. Like she had surgery.
Or she's like, I'm not like you Saiyans. I don't have your blood. I age. We're humans. We age faster than you.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So Satan, you saw the Broly movie.
Yes, I did. And about that, first, I have a question. What do you mean when you say everything is canon?
Canon.
So,
what do you mean?
So I mean,
it wasn't. So it wasn't. Canon is something when it's not originally part of the series. So like Broly, he didn't exist. He wasn't a real character because they made a movie of this character before.
Okay, so now he's part of the.
Now he's part of the story.
Okay. Well,
and then when they had that little fusion dance thing, that wasn't part of the story. That was in another movie they made.
Right.
So now that's canon. So that's not part of the story.
When we say canon, I mean now it's part of the main story.
Okay.
It exists in the universe of the Dragon Ball Z story plot.
That's why everybody, when they did stuff, they're like, oh!
That's what people were tripping the thing. Like, oh yeah, now it's canon. Now it's real. It's legit. It ain't just a movie feature. Like now we're gonna see it. It's written in history.
So, as you know, I'm not a big fan of Dragon Ball Z. So, from my standpoint, I really enjoyed the animation, of course. Okay. My favorite part, as all of you, was the part where Frieza was getting his ass beat. And what else? Oh, the fusion. I loved it. It was so funny. Every time they made a mistake, they had to try again and again. Oh yeah, and old. And in the beginning, Vegeta didn't want to do it. It was just awesome. But yeah.
Overall, you liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Is it?
Good.
Yeah, I liked
it. It was a good movie. They did a solid. They did a solid with this.
They did it well with recapping everybody what the world is. You know, like. They were slaves. They called monkeys. Like shit. You know? But the Saiyans are also evil because they go around and they
they kind of war hungry.
They make money off of destroying and conquering planets.
Right.
Yo, that scene after Planet Vegeta was taken out, and they're like, and Vegeta's like, whatever, and Kakarot's older brother, what's his name? Raditz was like. And whatever, he was a weak, puny person. I was like, God damn!
Yeah,
I was like, your family just died.
Yeah, they were a bunch of assholes. Oh.
They were, yeah. That's how they were. It is what it is.
I mean, during this movie, you got Superman vibes. You got Tarzan and Jane, and
you got the waifu, new waifu alert.
New waifu. What's her name?
Scylla. I don't know her name.
I'll look it up right now.
I got it. Cello?
It's Green Babe.
It's like a sheep or something.
Green Babe.
Well, in the words of my
little Dende?
Extra dick. So we were sitting close, and so everything was magnified. So we saw poses where we see Frieza's crotch a lot. And like, why are we seeing this man? And we just see what's his name ass all the time. She's just posing like, what's going on here? And she's like slanting like this, like, what's going on outside? And they just showcase this side and her backside. It is crazy. What is it? What is her name?
Sheila.
Yeah, Cheelai. Yeah, Cheila.
She's a chili.
She's a chili. That's what it is.
Spicy.
Green chili.
Her name is Sheila.
With broccoli.
With broccoli.
Oh boy.
What is it? All right, now you're showing us some fan fiction. All right, don't get too deep on there
Don't
on the
get too
internet.
deep on that because
You know what's gonna happen.
It's only a matter of time.
But no, overall, this is a good movie.
Yeah,
It's great that that we took Satan and that she was able to enjoy it.
Yes.
Even though she doesn't know anything.
No, I mean I've watched the other movies as well, so I'm not, I
Totally
could follow,
lost,
I could follow up, but I'm not like a big fan. The other times I went was because other people were going and I wanted to go with them, but
hang out, social.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. It's good. You enjoy it. So it's a movie for the family. Everybody.
Yeah, movie for the family. You get waifus. You get Frieza's penis. There's Superman. There's slavery, and what else?
Tarzan and Jane.
Tarzan, and there's a Hulk moment where he grabbed Goku and
Goku.
whap, whap,
Oh,
whap.
they started slamming them through the ground.
Oh
Yeah,
my
just
god. I was like Avengers 1 all over again. I am a god. Do you think? Boom, boom. And then a Thor Ragnarok moment. That's how it feels like.
Yeah. That's exactly. Goku got that treatment. That's good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It was definitely an awesome movie.
Yeah.
All right. So next on the list here, the Young Justice season 3. They just wrapped it up because it's done now.
Oh, it's only 13 episodes?
No, it was like, what was it like?
They got 13 episodes.
13?
I think they're doing a second half. Probably.
So it's the mid-season finale. So right now it's like,
so they're
this
doing
is
it like
it.
season 2.
Huh?
When season 2 first aired,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, okay, it's over. But they
Right.
took like a 3-month break and then new episodes
Yeah,
before
'cause
it
it had-
ended on Cartoon
Yeah.
Network.
It had 26 episodes.
Right. So same thing they're doing now. So right now we're at the mid-season point. So they're gonna chill for a bit and then we'll start getting more updates. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of cover how it's starting off and where they're taking it, and where the story looks like it's heading.
Bio babies?
Bio babies, yes, it is bio babies.
Bio babies.
So I mean, so far I like it. I think they're doing a pretty good job with the story and the plot and where they're kind of taking it. I like that it's not, since now they have that freedom of using their streaming service to show it. They don't have to, like, I guess, kitty it up to make it playable on cable TV, right? Or
Fuck
on
Batman.
Right. Exactly. So that's good. So they definitely push the envelope a lot when it comes to like the violence and the killing and the adult situations between the characters. I mean, because they're growing, they're developing. They're not little kids. This ain't Teen Titans no more. This is Young Justice, so they're young adults.
Yeah.
And the situations they get themselves in and growing. So yeah, no, it's good so far. I mean, just to kind of cap on it, where this season takes place is really like right after where season 2 ends. So now we see some years later where like the Justice League is starting to dismantle because you got Lex Luthor running everything.
Yeah, doing that. It's like this is like in the comics. I forgot what it was, but it's when Lex Luthor became president.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to change the laws, disband the Justice League so he could do what he wants without them trying to interfere.
Right.
So I guess that's what they're doing for
Young Justice. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's happening. That's what you get in the first episode. That's right where it picks off at. And you see all the leaders. So like, was it Aqualad?
Uncle Aqualad. He's like Aquaman now.
So now he's Aquaman.
Yeah.
So now he runs Atlantis. So he's there, and all the other head figures of the league are there. And
where's
like,
Perry? I forgot what happened.
Yeah. What were we gonna say there?
Is Kaldar, but I think there is like Aquaman now because I think Aquaman's like, all right, you be Aquaman, and I'll be the king.
Okay, so he's like He's like the figure that
He's
they
the new
meet.
Aquaman.
Okay,
My,
so he
from
can
what
help.
I understood.
He can help fight and help them save the world while
Aquaman attends to Atlantis.
right. While he attends to Atlantis. Okay,
He does
makes
more
sense.
ambassador presidential things.
Gotcha.
That's from my understanding.
Okay, and that definitely could be right.
I like how they dropped Black Lightning, and that was cool.
Yeah, Black Lightning's in it, so
Voiced
you get a lot of
by,
other characters.
Same actor
Cyborg.
as
Yes, the
same
guy
actor.
who did Cyborg. So in this one, now they got another voice actor for Cyborg. Because Cyborg does come. He shows up later
Yeah,
on.
but in the previous, it was the one who voiced original Cyborg, who is now Black Lightning's voiced Cyborg, and now he's Black Lightning.
So they swapped. What's up, Zim?
He's also Aqualad.
He's also
Aqualad.
Aquaman.
Yeah, he also does the voice for Aqualad too. Yeah, definitely. That's a cool work. So
I mean, Nolan North does like half the voices in there.
yeah, that's true. So I guess Jacob, you watched them all, right?
Yeah, I watched all the episodes, but memory serves, man.
I know it's so much.
It's been a while.
It's like
It's so much.
It gives you a lot. It gives you a lot.
That does give you a lot.
Because the thing is, man, like 3 episodes per Friday. Well, that was a good thing, man.
Yeah, no, that was smart.
Bruh.
That was cool. They give you 3 episodes every Friday, and they just load them up to the streaming service. And so you just like, oh dang, 1, 2, bam, just knocking them out. And then once you watch them, you're like, all right, now what? I'm caught up.
I can say for sure that this show is a lot better than times that we spent our wasted time and efforts to.
Watching the Titans, oh boy.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I
You blocked it out.
Yeah. Young Justice cleaned my palate, so I don't have to think about Titans anymore.
But you know when I got
who?
Exactly.
The what?
What? Huh?
Raggy?
What was that shit you talking about?
Raggy?
Exactly.
Is that the one with the dream?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was all just one dream. Maybe it
Pretty
never even
good,
really
what?
happened. I don't think I ever really watched
Who
Titans.
knows?
hey, man, it was all the dream.
So on Young Justice Season 3, kind of just like a quick recap on it. So, like you mentioned, the bio babies. So right now they're trying to figure out who is kidnapping these kids and turning them into like
Plasmius and
Metahumans.
like pretty much metahumans, like biologically engineering them to make them weapons.
And for anime people, Bio Brawly.
Bio Brawly, there you go. So they're using them as weapons to fight for some battle that's coming or to use them. And they're still trying to figure out, like, where is this coming from? Who's using it? Where's this alien tech? And during that, they get caught up with this prince. What's his name? Makarov? Yeah, so they get caught up with him because now he's trying to find his sister. And then he got affected by the whole incident, too. Go ahead.
Which was the same girl from that episode when Kid Flash had to run across the entire all of America during that giant blizzard.
During the giant blizzard, yeah.
To deliver the heart, because Count Vertigo was trying to kill her.
Right, exactly.
It's that fictional country.
Yeah,
She was supposed to be the queen, not this other guy that's
running it now. Yeah.
Markovia.
Markovia.
There's the Markov or whatever the guy's name, the ginger-haired, good-looking guy, and then there's the dark-haired brother who's older.
Right, the older brother. That's
the ginger-haired guy. All he cares about is finding his sister. The other guy's like, hey, we need to lead. We need to do all this other stuff. And the guy's like, dude, think about the people.
Right, and he's like, nah, I need to find my sister. So they get him. They get this other chick that they, codename, was it Halo?
Yeah.
Halo, she's pretty cool. They get this alien insect guy.
Oh, Forager.
What was that?
Hey, man.
He was waiting to do that sound effect, just so y'all know.
He was waiting.
He was waiting for that. So then Forager, and then eventually Cyborg comes.
Yeah.
No Booster Gold?
So no Booster Gold in this.
My boy.
So the story. That's the thing. The story right now in season 3 is revolving around these 3 because they're turning them into a little team.
Yeah.
And Superboy, he's kind of like the leader. Him and Dick Grayson are training them.
Yeah.
So Superboy is showing them how to use their power. Dick Grayson's showing them how to be more tactical when going out on missions and how to be patient and just kind of follow his lead.
Be Batman.
And the girl, the female Martian. Megan, she's there because she's dating Superboy, so they're together in the series. So they're a couple.
I guess they're gonna be engaged.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna get. What's up, Zay?
I like how, because remember in the first few seasons she was afraid of showing that she was a white Martian.
Right. Yeah, she is a white Martian. She's not a green Martian.
And then like episode 2 comes around, she's just all in white. I was like, okay, yay!
Yeah. And in season 3, you see that too. and you find out later in the season why she does that, because the Green Martians
the Green Martian race is superior, and then the other colors, what they call the colors,
all right,
they're inferior,
right?
You know,
so that's why she hid it.
Yeah,
that's why she used to hide it. But
and
now she shows it.
They have stereotypes for each different color. It's like that's crazy.
They definitely went in. Go ahead.
You know,
commercials.
You know what was crazy to me? Like when her brother showed up as a new god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, man! It blew my mind. He was impersonating him so that he could have these, the metamutants work for him.
Right.
Metahumans.
The metahumans.
Work for him, man. With that reveal when she found out who it was, son.
Oh yeah, you're like, what?
Wait, the new gods from Apocalypse or the other new gods?
Nah, I guess
he was impersonating one of the new gods from Apocalypse. So they could run this. They were using the insect aliens that foragers from. Right. So they were like manipulating them to get resources and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, we'll pay you or whatever." But of course they double cross him because forget about it. I'm a new guy. Like, you need to listen to me. You just do what I tell you to do with no questions asked. So she found out who it was because of course she can read minds. Yeah. And she's like, "Wait a minute." And she went over there and talked to him. She's like, "What are you doing?" And he revealed himself. You found me out. I'm your brother. He's like, "God damn."
Melodramatic music.
Right.
Oh, my brother.
So yeah, that's just a little small spoiler, but trust me, there's a lot of great cameos in the show. There's also great characters that pop up along the way. Shazam's not.
He was already in it. He's one of the founders now.
Yeah, but he's not in season 3. Not yet, at least.
Oh, he was in the beginning. He was at the table.
Yeah, but then that was it. See, that first episode, all those people you see there don't get attached.
No,
the story doesn't follow them.
Yeah, they're just there hi guys, remember, we're here.
Right, yeah, this does. And it's all right, no more Justice League, poof, and then they disband. And of course, Batman being Batman, he always got a plan B, C, D, and F, and G.
Exactly. All right, guys, we're going to do we're going to do Young Justice. Huh? Is that a thing?
Right, so Batman has his own little private team that he puts together. Because he's like, all right, Justice League publicly is no more, but I'm Batman. I'm still finna do what I need to do. So y'all come with me if you want to join me. We ain't gonna tell the government. We're just gonna do our own thing because it's Lex Luthor and fuck him. It's pretty much how Batman is on it.
It's like the Outlaws,
Yeah, go ahead.
Why has Batman always got a cock block? He did it with Dick. He did it with Tim. You see it in the first episode.
Yeah, you see it.
Wonder Girl or whatever. I was forgetting her name. It's Wonder Girl, right? She's like, Tim, what's going on? He's like, I gotta go. I was like, damn, he didn't want to leave. He did not want to leave.
If Batman's not gonna have any, no one's gonna have any.
That's right. Everybody.
What are you talking about? He gets it all the time. He got Selena Kyle and Talia al Ghul.
That's low key.
You don't know about that.
What?
He's saying, my babies can't go with you. My babies.
That's right. He needs his back.
But you know what I can say for sure?
What's up?
With Young Justice, man. Getting to season 3, I was kind of shocked that they had the violence and amplified, death happening and
definitely.
blood.
Oh,
but hey, I live for it, bro. Hey, just like Frieza got boop 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 boop. I live for this, son. It was really engaging too, and they could go full reign, like you said earlier. And, I really love Halo's power, which they kind of explained later on during the season. Later on in the season. Where she kind of when you kill her, she comes back to life, and her powers kind of deal with the colors of auras and all that type of mystical stuff. But
right, yeah.
Oh man, it was pretty engaging. Another thing too that I kind of discovered too. I know, I guess he kind of got confused, Miles, with what I was saying earlier, Markovia. I guess that's the fictional kingdom that they had. I can say for sure that Markov, the dude that's away from Markovia because of the metagene, whatever,
right.
Metahuman thing. I can say for sure that he's really hot blooded, man. He at times he kind of got me pissed off.
Because he's kind of aggravating. Because he's so worried about I'm ready now. He's like, no, you're not. You literally just got these powers. You're not gonna run into somebody's camp that's fortified and got all the security and bust her out. No, they're gonna beat you up and you're gonna be stuck there too. So let's do this. Work with me. I'm gonna show you the right way.
When are you gonna die?
Yeah, so that's why. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, he got pretty aggravating in the beginning. I was tired of him tripping out all the time too. But eventually he understands. He's like, all right, let's stick it out. Let's see what happens. They know what they're doing. They've been doing this.
I need my baby.
So it all pans out.
This is turning out to be like everybody. I want my baby.
Government came and took my baby.
Go ahead, Jacob.
And one last thing. I think the funniest thing to me was Forager. He when he got introduced to like Megan's ship, and he was like, it was kind of morphing into different like chairs or tables, and he kept controlling. He knew how to settle it down so he could get used to him. He always kept saying, "Good girl," every single time. That thing was so funny.
He's like, watch this baby Pearl.
He was like, "Good girl."
Yeah, Forager does this weird little clicking sound when he talks. He's like a giant beetle. That's pretty much what he is. He's like this giant alien beetle looking thing. And you know the ship, it's like it's alive. Yeah, it's like alien BioWare, so he communicates with it, and I guess it's female, so whenever it settles down and does what he needs it to do, he always says "good girl" to it.
He talks to the ship. Like,
yeah, he talks to the ship.
I want you to fly well.
Right, just like Superboy does when he talks to the bike and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and it transforms. Yeah, so.
So
and then that wolf they got, the dog, the Kryptonian. Is that a Kryptonian dog?
Yeah,
Crypto?
For sure.
It just like sleeps all day. Well, he calls it wolf.
It's just a metagene wolf or metahuman wolf.
Something like that, metagene something. But he's funny. All he does is sleep. He don't do nothing else. He just sleep in the house.
Like, the thing is, like, he sees things going on. He's like,
he goes back to sleep. I know, right?
I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he does. He just moves and goes somewhere else and goes to sleep. Does nothing else. But yeah, so far it's cool, man. I'd highly recommend it, dude. You guys should definitely watch it when you get a chance and finish it.
I got 10 minutes in.
You got 10 minutes
in the first episode.
Okay.
I got the gist.
But trust me, once you watch it and you're like, all right, I need to see how this plays out. You'll get sucked into it. The story does draw you back in, just like the original 2 seasons.
I do want to say that the character design do look like what we're having now with the previous Justice League movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Wonder Woman looks like the Wonder Woman in the movie.
Yeah, she does. The Batman.
And everybody else
Superman,
look like the ones in the movies too. So they don't look like traditional in the original series.
Right, yeah. So everybody's kind of like up to date now. Up to date. I am a little disappointed that we didn't get Static Shock and they kind of like gave us Black Lightning instead. And then, don't get me wrong, he was still a great addition in the show, but he was going through his own power menopause thing. Oh yeah, where like his electricity was running low, and he was kind of like he couldn't do what he used to do at his full potential. So I don't know what he got going on, but I guess we'll see.
Midlife crisis. He needs to buy a sports car. Start
right. Yeah, he getting old. He drying up.
I guess it was triggered because of something he did to the meta human when he found out. He was
right. So like in his mind, he was afraid to unleash that power again. That's why. That's true. Because once they realize that the metahumans, because they don't look like little kids, they're like these grotesque monsters.
Yeah, blasphemous.
So when they're attacking them, they're like, no, don't, they're kids. And they're like, what? And then they feel bad after the fact, like, damn, we couldn't even save her.
Damn. Well.
So yeah, it's a lot of hard moral choices. All right. So that's Young Justice. Watch it. It's great. It's dope. Next on the list here, the Super Bowl trailers. Got a lot of goodies in there.
And not Bubble Ball.
Soiled it. Soiled it. Soiled it. Soiled it.
Calm down with the flame. Calm down with the Sicko mode.
You used me for Sicko mode.
Too much. So I guess, I don't know, any trailers that y'all like that
These
really
nuts,
stood out?
What? Yeah.
These nuts trailers.
These nuts trailers.
Obvious one, Avengers.
The Avengers trailer. Yep, they gave us some more of the Avengers.
That was right.
We got to see them getting the team
back together.
Bringing
back the band.
Right. They got Rocket Raccoon, Tony Stark, Captain America, Black Widow.
And they're all serious. And it's all serious.
Iron, War Machine.
War Machine
was there.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, right? The hero we all need.
Captain Marvel.
Well,
there's a lot going on with
there's
that
something
movie
going
right
on with that one.
But yeah, so that Avenger trailer looked cool.
Yeah.
And you see them kind of like, all right, let's pick ourselves up. We got to figure this out.
But it's only a teaser.
Yeah,
It's
again, they're not giving us much, which is good. Yeah. Just give us just a little bit. Disney knows how to throw that reel out and bring you on in.
I think they're going to wait till like 2 to 1 month before it drops. They're going to actually give us a legit trailer.
Like a full-on,
like a legit trailer.
I mean, we know it's coming. They're just, you know how it is. They're going to tease you.
It's the tease to the tease to the trailer, tease
right.
to the trailer, other tease to the full trailer, to the second trailer, to the big trailer.
It's like fishing with corn trailer. And then you use power bait.
To make this trailer.
So we got that. What else? What was another?
Toy Story.
Toy Story?
Yeah.
Okay, Toy Story. We saw the new... You saw it, right, Alexis?
No.
You didn't see the Toy Story trailer?
The one with Bo Peep.
Bo Peep shows up like, what's up, y'all? Hey,
and then,
if you guessed it, yeah, that's right.
And then Key and Peele are like kicking Buzz in the face.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he was
like, you take my spot. He's like, look, I want to get down. He keeps kicking him in the face and he puts the helmet up.
Yeah, they make him one of the prize toys at the carnival or whatever, at the little fair.
It was like, I wonder where Buzz is. Oh, you know, he's hanging around. Little did they know.
Yeah, and they put him up there and strapped him on with the little zip tie thing. So, yeah, that was another that came out. And what were you going to say? You were going to say...
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. They did another like little update trailer on that. Pretty much the same thing. Stuff we've been seeing.
It's just more like action and humor.
Right.
Sprinkle in a little bit.
Yeah, throwing a little bit.
It's like, hey, I know you hear some weird stuff about us, but come on. I think you'll like us.
Hey, I could go Super Saiyan, you know?
fly through space. Come on now.
Or Hawk.
Yep. Go ahead.
I would say for sure though, like before that trailer came out, on her Twitter page, Brie
Larson.
Yeah. She put out like a 1-minute scene from the movie.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, okay. She did. I mean, I didn't tell you guys this, but it didn't seem too okay to me. It just felt like a...
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
It just felt like a bad action scene. It just felt slow.
Oh, really? Yeah, like they're forcing it down our throats?
I don't know, man.
Take your medicine.
Oh, no, Patrick, you forgot to eat again. I'll go get the funnel.
It just seemed too slow-paced and uninteresting. Yeah. It's like you could already tell what's going to happen.
Wow, don't tell me that.
Yeah.
Man.
Don't get my
Hey,
hopes
thank
down.
you for saving us.
Right. Well, at least we know not to go during premiere night. We'll give it a few weekends. I don't know anything else. Any other trailers? What's up? Clea?
I remember the name of it. Stories to Tell in the Dark or something.
Oh yeah,
Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, this was a huge surprise. Like I wasn't even expecting this one to come out. So based on a series of super scary books, there's 3 books all in total, and each one has like little short mini stories. Kind of like that whole Goosebump era where they were releasing scary stories and stuff like that. So, but the thing that makes these so special is that with these 3 books, the artwork and the storytelling was so graphic and like just vivid that even though they were meant for kids, adults were like, "What is this? This is crazy. Like, why is my kid reading this? This is way too graphic and scary for kids." Like, if you see the artwork, you're like, "Yo, this is some real twisted, like imagination type stuff going on here." And so to see it in the trailer and to see the characters, and one of my personal favorite stories is the Scarecrow, where the kids don't know if it's a scarecrow or a dead body sitting on a post.
Oh, man,
and they show that in one of the like little clips. If you go on YouTube and look up the movie and the trailers, you see that the one with the girl that has the spider in her face because the spider laid an egg in her cheek.
Oh yeah,
that was another one. That was another story I remember. And they actually banned these books too. I don't know if y'all knew this, but these were like top 10 banned books in the U.S. The Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark were on that list because they were just against it. They were like, "Yo, this cannot be for kids." I remember reading this in elementary school.
Same here.
Like, yeah. And they were like, "Nah, we gotta pull these books. We gotta pull these books."
I seen the one, and I was like, "Whoa, what is this?"
Yeah, the images are super graphic and creepy, but I love it. Yeah, and Guillermo del Toro is going to be
Guillermo del Toro.
So you know it's going to be good.
Yeah, so he's going to add his monster magic to it.
Yep.
So go ahead.
I know for sure when I was looking at the trailer, one trailer in particular, I kind of freeze frame it to a point where this monster, this white monster guy, he was standing in the door. I showed it to my little brother. He was like, "Hey, bro, don't show me that. don't let it play. You're gonna make me sound like Courage." That thing gave me the heebie-jeebies, son. I'm telling you.
That's the point.
That's the point. That's good though.
That's the point.
That's good. Yeah.
It's a scary movie.
That means he's doing it some justice. If it makes you feel a certain way.
It's like those T-rated movies, Paranormal Activity.
Oh boy. Not a good option.
But don't forget, Jordan Peele doing Twilight Zone.
I was about to say that.
Twilight Zone. That was another trailer we got.
The Us movie.
And in the Us movie, they showed another update trailer on the Us movie. So a lot of like horror stuff.
All right, pretty horrific.
Pretty horrific.
Was it the Happy Madison opening? It's horrific.
I think it was any other trailers.
There's not many because the thing is like this Super Bowl is actually the lowest rated Super Bowl.
Is it?
It is.
It was trash. I didn't even
watch
watch it.
I watched it. The game.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, we're cutting to the game, but trash game, son. Everybody's in agreement. It's a trash game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a defensive game, so
it was a defensive game, but like,
a lot of points weren't made, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. But
go ahead.
Good.
What I can say is that transition to Jordan Peele appearing into the field.
Mm-hmm.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. So I was like,
yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Because it really cut like it was going live back to the game.
Yeah.
Right. And it showed him.
And then Jordan Peele's you only hear Jordan Peele's voice doing the narrator voice he does. And you're like, what? What's going on? And then when I see the door, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah. Just like in the original Twilight Zone series, for anybody that remembers, it does that weird thing. It's like, this is not a test. Do not adjust your television setting. You have just entered the Twilight Zone. And it plays the music. And it plays the music. Right. So that's cool that he's doing that.
As long as it's better than the Steven Spielberg Twilight Zone. They had Usher in one episode. He's crying, glasses breaking. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I don't even remember
Crying in the
that.
rain. I don't know.
That sounds hilarious. I don't even remember that one. I had to look that up. Usher in Twilight Zone.
Yeah, okay. Usher was in it. I remember. I went because they showed the reruns on Sci-Fi.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, Usher was in this show? Why?
Terrible option. But okay. That's pretty much it. It wasn't a lot to really kind of hype.
It wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's due to the fact that it's the lowest rating.
Yeah. So.
And a lot of companies kind of left, except for like Bud Light commercials, some Pepsi commercials. I think there's a Coca-Cola, but I don't think they did one.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
They did?
It was like super short.
It was super short, right?
Yeah,
that was the problem. It was super short. They were like...
It was the Coke bottles through the generations, through special events.
That's right.
But the Dorito ones, with your boy Chance the Rapper. With the Backstreet's back.
That's right. They did the Backstreet Boy Dorito. I remember that one was cool.
That was cool.
That's probably the coolest commercial.
That was the coolest one they had.
That's sad. Doritos had the best commercial.
And they played it over again. They played it 3 times.
Yeah.
During the course of the game. So it was like, damn, they didn't have any other trailers.
That's it.
That was crazy. I know for one, like the Bud Light commercial where they were doing like a Game of Thrones type of parody. I don't know if you guys seen it.
Yeah, with the knights. And then because they had corn syrup. Yeah. And they're going to the different other places that uses corn syrup. They're like, no, we don't use corn syrup. Mm-hmm. And they go to coolers like, that's our shipment of corn syrup.
No. There's the other places like, no, we got our corn syrup. That's not for us. Try them at the street. There it is.
But then it's cool because they were traveling and they were like attacked by sea creatures and shit like that.
It was like Odyssey.
Yeah, it was pretty much Odyssey. And then they had the Trojan Horse one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
They're discussing like
beer ingredients.
Like, are you discussing beer ingredients in there? And they back out.
Yeah, they started
back it up.
I can say one commercial that caught me off guard was this commercial that appeared like a car commercial. I don't know if you guys seen it. It was like it looked like a car, like a top of the line new car that was coming out. It was like an electric car, and the back of it had Tron something. and then the guy he comes in, he steps inside the car, he's getting ready to rev it up, and you just see a jump, like,
oh yeah,
and then he's trying to figure out what's going on. It flips back into real life, and he's in his office chair, and somebody
doing the Heimlich on him.
Oh yeah,
Because he died. Remember that commercial? Alexis? I was like, what? When the guy was in the office, he thought he was going to die.
It was an Audi.
I don't remember how many things you guys are talking about.
The Supra.
Oh, the Toyota Supra.
Oh, the Toyota Supra commercial?
Yeah.
Which is funny because they already revealed it like last year, a couple months ago already. And so when I saw it, I was like, oh, cool, they showed it already. Official. Official showing.
What was the song? I meant it was Pinball
No, it's the
Machine.
Pinball Wizard from the Who.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you got car commercials.
There it is, the usual stuff.
And then the big controversy.
What's that?
Super Bowl halftime.
that terrible Pepsi halftime show.
Oh, that. Maroon 5. That was Alexa's favorite part. The halftime. No. I'm just trying to get her to engage. That's all.
When they start doing the horns, it's like, oh, they're going to do it.
Remember they did the SpongeBob thing?
I was texting you guys. I was like, they did it. And then I was like, what the fuck is this?
So you should have seen. Alexis was so hyped. She was like, oh my god, they're going to really do it. And we were like, what? For real? I was like, yo, this is wild. And then it just like, I was like, what is this?
Calm down the flame.
Sorry. Me in the background, Malay.
I was like, damn, well, that's all we get.
Yeah, that was trash.
Y'all sign a petition. This is what you get.
Yeah. That was it. They could have redeemed themselves. Super Bowl could have redeemed it by giving us what we wanted, but they had to tease us, bastards.
It was great. I was watching that because I was very curious if they're gonna do it, and then when I saw those horns, but the thing is, what caught me off guard when they were doing the horn, you hear what's his name, Travis. Going, hey! Like, oh shit, I'm not. Yeah, he's gonna sing it? He's gonna sing the Sweet Victory?
Sweet Victory.
But no, it was just Sicko mode.
I'm wasting my damn time watching this.
with no Drake, it's just him.
It was just him. And
how can you do a song that features the main person who's rapping?
Right, and then Big Boy gave us like 1.5 songs.
Yeah,
he came out there, did his like most famous song.
Yeah.
I like the way you move.
All right, Big Boy, get out.
All right, get the fuck out. We know you big time rapper in Atlanta, but this Maroon 5 show.
I know, right? It's like conspiracies. Like Maroon 5 was like, oh, we're gonna tell them we're gonna do, because that's what they did. The main guy he put out on Twitter that, oh, we're gonna do SpongeBob. And everybody's excited, and it's like, we're not gonna do SpongeBob.
We're not.
Adam Levine.
Yeah, Adam Levine.
Yeah, the lead singer. Mm-hmm.
Oh, these memes coming out.
Oh, film.
Right?
It was like
with
Dexter, skinny ass
his
Dexter,
random
screaming,
his
and
random
got all those
tattoos.
fake ass tattoos on.
It's like, how can he get away being naked? What? When what's his name?
Janet
Jackson showing nipple. The whole thing shuts down.
She had a pasty on. Let's not forget that.
Who cares? They shut the whole thing down.
Remember, I'ma have you naked at the end of this song.
And you know the funny thing too, his nipples were added into Twitter's hashtags.
Adam Levine's nipples. Lord have mercy. They don't know what the.
That man came out naked.
Your nipples are trending, Adam.
What?
Your nipples are trending. Oh my goodness. Yep, well that's Super Bowl in a nutshell.
It was pretty boring.
All right, let's get to something that's more intense and interesting. Punisher.
Yeah.
Season 2 recap.
Russo!
Castle!
So yeah, man. So this is the season 2. I know we briefly talked about it. And Alexis has disappeared on this because she didn't want to listen. So she didn't get to watch it, so that's why she's disappeared on this. So we don't want to ruin it. Zed, I'll let you do the honors and lead us into this conversation. As far as, how'd you like it, the story, kind of give us a quick recap on it,
You might
your
want to start
feel.
with Kevin, because I'm a gush.
What? Wow. Well, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You finished it? Did you watch the whole season?
I only watched 2 episodes 10.
Oh, he only saw 2 episodes.
All right. Well,
So
for all the fans out there, I watched it 3 times.
So go ahead. How'd you like it? Overall, how'd you like the season 2?
I like a lot of people didn't like the first season more, but I actually like the second season more because there was more action.
Yeah, no, there's way more.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, like season 1, people were completely there's no new action. I'm like, it's story development. Do you not understand that season 1 is always story development? Right. Season 2 is where you get more action. Right. With a little bit more story development, but there's that extra action, which is what I liked. But it literally picked up, not exactly right off, but like a couple months after. Mm-hmm. Right. Frank Castle doesn't exist. He's Pete Castiglione. Right. He's just being a drifter. Right. So he stops at a bar and he's just sitting there and he sees this kid with something going on and he's like, what the fuck's going on with this kid? He keeps bumping into this kid and he's like, what the fuck's going on with this kid? Mm-hmm. Eventually he sees some bad stuff going and he had to make a moral decision. Ignore it, go see what's going on. Right. But he decided to be Punisher. He figures out what's going on. The kid's like, what the hell are you? And he's like, come with me if you want to live. Terminator style. Right, exactly. So then, while that's going on, Billy Rousseau, back from Jigsaw, the whatever. Right.
Prince Caspian.
Yeah, pretty much. Prince Caspian. Because of what Frank did to him, he can't remember who he is. So he's just trying to figure out who he is and he escapes. Right, yeah. So while Frank's dealing with this girl and her problems, Madani, the FBI agent's like, yo, I need your help. Rousseau got out. And he's like, yo, can you send a copter my way? I'm getting lit the fuck up at this hootenanny hick town cop place. So she brings him back to New York and he goes doing Punisher stuff, trying to help the girl out and find Rousseau at the same time. Right. Will they find each other? I will say this. John Pilgrim. Yes.
Yes. Amazing.
Best character to add for this season.
Oh yeah.
I was wondering when they were going to add him. To be totally honest, I was like, they're going to add him this season. They're going to add him next season.
Yeah, not hands down.
But when they added him this year, I was like, perfect.
Yeah, John Pilgrim was he was great. I definitely did. You watch season 2 already, Jacob?
Yes, I finished it. Okay. Oh man.
Unfortunately,
no.
No. Clea didn't watch it? God damn it.
Really? Right. You didn't watch it, Clea? Jesus.
Oh, man. Clea. God darn.
Dang it, Clea.
All right, Jacob. How did you fare with it?
I mean, I enjoyed it. I love seeing the guy who plays Punisher. I forgot. I don't know his name.
Jonathan Merkley.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
John.
He knows all the names, son. He's already he got it down pat.
Yeah, he's Wikipedia. John. His role as Punisher, man. I would say he does that role justice. I would say going into this, it was a lot to take in, man.
Yeah, a lot to take in.
I was binge watching the show like crazy. And I can say for sure when John Pilgrim came up, bro, I didn't expect him to have such a traumatizing, experience with the puppet masters,
Right. The two.
My head.
Son, one of them was the dad from Psych. I was like, what are you doing here? I'm like, bro. Be with Sean and Gus, man. What are you doing? Why are you manipulating this poor man? And all this talk about him being a ghost, bro, that was really interesting too. At first I was thinking, man, all this talk about ghosts, is this Call of Duty?
You have ghosts.
You have everything.
Way to go, Jacob. Good joke.
But the female I never figured out her age.
You're talking about Rachel or Amy, whichever.
Yeah, Amy. Her name. She always gave up these stories that she was like a college kid or high school student. She was always making up these aliases to keep her cover story tight. And what I didn't like about her in the beginning was her trying to lead the Punisher on. I'm like, bro, tell him the truth, man. He's willing to help you out, man. That thing pissed me off.
Yeah, that was frustrating with her, too.
To answer your question, she's 16.
Oh, 16?
She's 16. Okay.
All right. But man, a lot of stuff went down. And I could say this that really grinded my gears.
Calm down, Peter.
Oh man, I'm gonna take a while for this. Not really, but
it's probably the same with me. I want to hear what it is.
When Russo, he had a mask on. You know, when he was in that hospital,
it was a psych wing. Yeah, psych ward. That's what it was.
He was making it seem like what was behind the mask was all crazy and I don't want to look at my face.
Anticipation, you're anticipating.
I'm trying to figure out what happened to your face. I know what happened to his face in season 1. I just wanted to see how messed up it was.
Yeah,
man,
you were expecting it to look like Jigsaw from Warzone, where he had that weird skin hanging over the eye.
Yeah, like in the comics.
Yeah,
right.
Looked like
all stitched together.
Looked like the Joker after he got his face cut off.
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
man. He made this whole grand
reveal.
And
like, I'm pretty.
No. He was like, I don't want to look at my face. Magic marker. It looked like magic marker on his face. I was like, really? What's your budget on Netflix? What are you spending?
That's the thing. Those Marvel shows, they're only filmed with hamstring and cheese sandwiches and some cola. That's the budget.
Look, they spent their budget on Bird Box and Velvet Buzzsaw, so they had to give the cheap change to here's the chump change. Get with what you can with it.
Man,
we can still do a lot.
Man, that thing pissed me off. I was like, you making such a great deal of this mess.
Face, yeah.
When it looks like somebody just drew on your face with crayons. What kind of mess is this, son? And
but you know what's funny? The later of the episodes go, I guess they realize they don't really show much these scars, and they just add in more detail to the scars.
Kind of deepen them a little bit.
Deepen them a bit.
But
it's like, I guess, but he's still like Prince Caspian with scars.
Prince Caspian became a pirate.
Exactly.
He's gonna be the pirate king.
You know the stupidest thing my little bro was saying when we were watching this? He was saying, man, he must have, after all that injuries that he suffered in season 1, he must have, been sent to Baki's world. Where he's able to heal faster. And that's why it looks like
they got the doctors.
They said he had 11 surgeries.
But that doesn't look like he had 11 surgeries.
No, it doesn't.
No. Like, what reconstruction did you do his face? Like, you just...
There should have been, fine lines. Like, very gentle scars. And maybe then we would have forgiven.
Or, staples.
Like, for the big scars, he should have had, hole marks for, where staples were.
Yeah. Or something, but
something.
Nothing.
Or, what I was saying is, light scars. Showing,
Right, show where they healed and where they were.
Yeah. Because the whole thing with Jigsaw is after he got chopped up, the plastic surgeon tried to fix his face, and he came looking like that pastrami sandwich that fell on the floor.
Yeah, because when you see his face, damn, you got the good plastic surgeon. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right? Yeah, he's got good insurance, man. Satan,
you're
did you
a terrorist to the union?
You didn't get a chance to watch
No.
No,
I'm behind on shows. I don't have time to sit down and watch shows.
That's true. Too busy reaping souls. I got you.
Too many souls to reap. I'm sorry.
Harold, did you watch it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so how'd you feel about season 2?
I love the action, especially that whole first fight scene you get in the bars. Everyone's like,
oh yeah,
it was just like, what the fuck?
Beat the shit out of him. Yeah, he's beating the shit out of him in that bar.
No, I gotta agree with you guys with John Pilgrim. Probably one of the best characters on that show right now.
John Pilgrim. Man. He definitely sold me on.
And then finally, he got his vengeance through the whole thing. It was poetic justice.
Yeah, I couldn't have chose better words. Yes.
Y'all probably don't remember this, but it was 3 a.m, and I text y'all. I was like 3:01, and I text y'all. I was like, God damn! I only watched the show for 1 minute, and there's already a shootout.
Yeah, as soon as you started, they started shooting at the little van that they're in.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, and then, you saw some of it, Kev.
Well, yeah, I saw all the way to episode 9, not 10.
Okay.
But what I want to say, when I first watching it, it did have, to me, although it had a lot of great action in this series, to me this one was even more slow than the first season. And they followed more of the characters that I didn't really like. I didn't like the agent, Madani.
Mm-hmm.
And in Jigsaw, I just like when they introduced Jigsaw in the same episode as episode 1. It's like, nah, because to me it felt like it really took away from what Punisher was doing at the time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then it really just made the show slow again. And I was like, man, why is it so slow again?
Right.
You know, and I know they're building up the characters, but you know, it's just when they focus on characters that I really didn't enjoy.
Right.
In the first place, it just kind of made it like a grind to go through those parts, so I could just go back to Punisher.
Right.
And watch all the good stuff.
Right. Watch all the cool shit between him and John Pilgrim.
Yes.
That was like the best part. Like, just show me him and John Pilgrim.
Exactly.
You can save Billy Russo.
Because
right
Billy Russo and the therapist, I'm like, son, when are you gonna have sex? Oh, it happens on this episode, so I have to watch all.
Exactly.
Oh God.
That therapist was annoying too. It was very annoying.
Oh, the one that was attending to Billy Russo. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, she was a pain. I mean, that's kind of that whole dynamic. Like, just felt too much like the Joker and Harley Quinn.
Oh, yeah.
Where Harley Quinzel, when she's the psychiatrist that's tending to Joker,
right.
Yeah,
and she gets so fascinated with his character and how, you know, crazy and wild he is that she just kind of gets pulled into it. And like his personality kind of rubs off on her. So now she's even acting crazy, especially when the scene where they were in the apartment with the detective and they go at it. And I'm like, she's wild like this guy now. Like, what the hell? So yeah. So that's why, and that whole dynamic was kind of like,
And what it is, it kind of treads back. It treads back to the first season, where it's, you know, Jigsaw, but before he got the scars with the detective and their sort of romantic, love arc, turn revenge story, you know, and so it just that's sort of the things for me, kind of. Took away from Punisher. It's just these characters that to be real with you, I really didn't expect them to be there. I was just expecting somebody new.
They could have did Punisher season 2 without even showing us Billy Russo, to be honest.
Yeah.
They could have cut his story out. Maybe give us like 1 or 2 episodes to show us where he is.
Right. And
then that's it. Everything else could have just been Punisher and John Pilgrim, and I would have been completely satisfied because they were great. Go ahead.
I totally agree with you.
Uh-huh.
And you know me, I like Punisher, and I like Jigsaw's like my second favorite villain.
Yeah, no, he's great in the comic. I just don't know what they're doing with him in the show.
It's like what they did. It's like I explained it to everybody. I had a love-hate relationship for Jigsaw this season.
Right.
It's like there's certain parts I was like, okay, I like what you're doing, and then the rest it was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Exactly.
It was like
exactly.
It was like 40% like, oh, I like the other 60. Stop. Just like, oh, is this thing? I was like, please let me in. I love you. And then it's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that.
I was like, girl,
it becomes too melodramatic.
Right.
And it was like, come on, it's Punisher. What's it good?
Exactly. And I understand they do that so they can try to appeal to all, people that are watching this.
Yeah, but
the male audience and the female audience, you're like, all right, we'll give the guys this hardcore action, but then we'll add in that little love story so they can sympathize with Billy and kind of see where he's coming from. Like,
they didn't do it the right way.
Right, and that was the thing.
It
didn't feel organic. It was like, let's put it in here for the sake of putting it in here.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
At the same time, this might be the last time we'll see it.
Right, because we don't know what's going to happen.
So because I don't really want to make this like a downer. Because it's a good show.
Right.
All in all, it's just that those slow parts really kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But this might be the last time we see Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
And just to have, all these melodramatic slow parts and not give us the pump action that we kind of deserve. Because why and Punisher would a whimper if you could end it with some badass
Right, exactly.
shoot 'em up every episode, right?
Yeah.
So, those are my 2 cents.
No, that's good. That's great. And go ahead, Zed, and then we'll jump.
I have faith that there's going to be season 3, but I'm going to throw this out there because I thought it was cool. Spoiler, not really spoiler. At the end, you see Madani calling him, like, somewhere else, saying, hey, we need a sniper for the job, and he's like, I'm doing my own thing. So maybe season 3 is when he goes international?
It might be cool.
Okay.
Because there's time where he goes back to Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And he like gets like a skull mask and he's like helping the
He's
Marines
doing like the mercenary work. Yeah.
I like the cartel ones.
Those are cool too. The cartel stories are dope too.
I think that if they do season 3, I think they're gonna do that, which leads to him going to
probably
Afghanistan, which would be a good use of both the comics.
Right.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like Warzone.
Yes.
Yeah, like Warzone. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's Punisher season 2 in a nutshell. Still good season.
Still good. Watch it.
Watch it. I still recommend it.
I still recommend it.
I mean, that dynamic between him and John Pilgrim, again, I can't say it enough. He was just such a great villain.
They're very compelling characters.
He was a very compelling
Especially, to end it, this Punisher is the best Punisher.
Oh, yeah. Nah, forget about it. John Bernthal's like, he's Punisher. That's it.
Yeah.
He's the Punisher.
You Punisher now.
I like first with me because I saw the movie 2004. Thomas Jane. He's Punisher. John Bernthal. I'm like, sorry, Thomas Jane, you're number 2 now.
Yeah, he took that role. He got
That's
that.
right.
That
Come on!
Dance with you. All right, yeah, that was awesome.
That fight at the gym.
Oh boy, that gym fight scene.
That big Russian dude's like, what you got? Breaks his face.
That scene, I don't think I've cringed so much because every time somebody got hit, you're like, ooh, damn.
Is that real?
I know, like, ding, ding, ding. All you hear is metal clinking against
You know what the
people's
beauty
heads.
of John Bernthal's face is? He's got that broken nose.
He does have that broken nose.
And he can play off that so well.
Yeah. Like, he got it while he was getting beat up on the thing. Yeah. No, it's so intense watching.
I was gonna say, if they put that makeup on him, why didn't they put it on Prince Caspian?
Exactly.
Man, I said the same exact thing.
Still beating it in there.
You gotta put that last thing in.
Maybe that's what you want us to think. Watch Warzone comes in. His agile face comes in. Oh, here's up, guys.
that scene with the heist. You know what it reminded me of? Remember the movie The Heat?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Heat Light.
It was like, yeah, but it was Punisher style.
Right.
But it was good. Like, that scene was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was a cool scene. Now that was a highlight with him with
when the bank job went wrong in the Heat. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, it's like a smaller budget of Heat.
But they did it good. They did it good.
No, it was good. That was a great scene. That was a highlight. For sure.
Recommend it. Get it. Watch it. Netflix.
Boom.
And remember, listen to Alice in Chains, the Rooster.
Lame theme song. All right, so we just saw Velvet Buzzsaw. Very artistic horror genre, Art Nouveau, Rococo.
You mean these?
These?
I want the art from these nuts.
Go ahead, Zed. What's up?
Oh my god!
You come to me when you're done, because
okay, we'll save
I'm gonna rip a new one into everything if I start.
Well, I'm gonna let the ladies take over on this one since it's still fresh in their minds.
Well,
all right, Clea, lead us into
Clea, tell us the thing.
What you know about?
Tell us about Velvet
Buzzsaws and the saws and the velvet.
Well, I mean, I actually like the movie. I mean, I really like the whole creepy aspect of like the whole art world thing, and I kind of like the satire of like the pretentiousness that comes with sometimes, unfortunately, the art world itself. So I kind of like that aspect of it, and I don't know. I don't know. I just really like the movie a lot. I thought it was unique. Maybe that's just me, but I just.
Okay. Well, I mean, what can you kind of like in a nutshell? What was the film about? Like, what?
Oh Lord.
There was a lot. Art.
It was about art.
Violence.
I guess maybe the best way I can put it is that
Killer art.
Killer art, yeah, basically killer art. This man dies, and somebody takes his art, starts to sell it.
Right.
And unfortunately, anybody that has to do with the selling of the art, they get murdered throughout the movie.
From the artwork itself. The artwork comes alive and kills.
Yeah.
Okay. So, gotcha. That's pretty much it.
You stare at the artwork too long, you die.
You go brain dead.
what it looks like is that any piece of art surrounding you will kill you, basically. It doesn't have to be particularly just the guy's painting.
So never go to art show again.
The thing is that you look at the guy's painting first.
After you deal with it, and then
you deal with it.
You're involved in the selling of it. Then that's when you become like
a target from other art. From
art
itself is attacking. Pencils are coming for you, Jacob.
Everyone is attacking you.
Watch out for charcoal.
Charcoal.
I thought it was interesting. I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah, I really liked it. I mean, it was something different because from what I'm used to watching. So yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. Gory.
It was fun. It wasn't that gory.
It was no.
It was alright.
It's when I first saw it, when it first appeared, like when it first started the movie, it's like, am I watching Goosebumps? Because that's how it sounds like. It's just dun, 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 dun. It has that whimsical music, and you see Jane Gyllenhaal like being a snob and like, is this gonna be the whole movie? It is the whole movie.
Yeah, because he's a snob. Jake Gyllenhaal is a snob the whole film. He's an art critic. That's what he does. So
yeah, but with the whimsical music, and then afterwards, it tries to make you be and then they changed the music to like that fear stuff, like damn.
Right, it's super intense.
Like, why are you being intense now? A couple minutes ago, it was like.
That's true. I mean, overall, yeah. I mean, like Clea and Satan said, like it was good. It was cool. The concept was interesting. So I was like, okay, this is different. Where this guy, he was, a psych patient. He painted these amazing pictures. And he died, but he also left instructions with it, like, hey, once I'm gone, get rid of this.
Yeah, burn that shit.
Like, just burn all of my work. And, of course, the girl stumbles upon it. She's like, oh, these are amazing pieces.
Because she's aspiring to be an art critic.
Right,
to be sell paintings herself.
Right, exactly. So she kind of benefits from the misfortune of this guy, sells it, and then now we got them filmed here. Now it's cursed, bad things are happening. People are dying left and right. They don't know why. And then eventually, of course, like all horror movies, you figure it out. It's too late. Like, everybody's dead. Now you're the last one. I'm like, just get rid of all of it. I don't want none of it. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. So, go ahead, Zed.
If you remember that scene when he was questioning that maintenance worker, maintenance worker said more proof to like why you should have burned that shit.
Right.
He said. This one guy pissed him off, and then they found him in a field later. He's like, what you're saying? And the guy's like, don't fuck with him.
Yeah, exactly. Get rid of that shit. But, of course, they were greedy. They wanted to make profit. And it's art, and they wanted to be...
art, and Jake Gyllenhaal is fucking everybody.
Anything with two legs, he was jumping.
Yeah, man. You prize his row of, Brokeback Mountain.
Hey, I mean, when nature calls, nature calls.
Other than that, how'd you like it? Kevin, you saw it twice now because of us.
I saw it 3 times with all of you. Well, I'll say this: when I first watched it, with the whimsical stuff, I was like, "Man, I can't believe this is gonna be this movie." And then when it has to go as the story progresses, like, man, I felt so. I got bored.
Yeah,
I got really bored with it. It's. Usually these movies take their time to explain shit.
Right.
And it takes its time to explain everything. And plus, the characters are so unlikable. You don't like none of them. They're a whole bunch of assholes.
Yeah, asshole art.
And it takes so... And the thing about these movies, the point is that they're all supposed to die. Mm-hmm. But it takes forever for them to die. because they're explaining everything.
Right.
So it just at that point it's like it has an interesting premise and an idea, but it just fell short on the fact that it takes its sweet time to do everything you want it to do. And so when the satisfying things when these characters pass, it's not satisfying because it's like, well, I mean, I guess, all right. Next person. Oh, right now, okay.
Right, exactly. It was like a page right out of Twilight.
Pretty much.
You know, like this is what happens if you do this. So like the moral of the story is don't plagiarize. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, don't plagiarize.
Moral of the story: don't plagiarize. Don't steal other people's art and make profit from it.
And the other part is that it not only that it takes its time, but it doesn't explain the other stuff with these characters and like what they are doing during the movie, because like the passion the way time works in this movie does not make sense because they're in Miami, they're in California, now they're in Miami again. You don't know if this has been 2 days, 3 days, a week, a month.
Gotcha. And
so you're watching it and everything's happening all at the same time, but it's not. And then you have, I guess, clues. I don't know if we found any clues, but they said there was clues about like the meanings of these paintings. I don't find no meaning. They just kill you. That's it.
Go ahead, Zed.
It wasn't until after I saw it the second time, I saw there was a story, like you said, clues. Like certain paintings, it was just him and his sister, and then there was this one painting where he's punching his dad and his sister screaming. I was like, okay, so it's telling the story of his life,
right? And
then all the other things he saw.
Yeah, that. But the thing is that it doesn't do well to focus on that, you know. And like, I don't feel like that's fair to watch it over because this movie's kind of boring anyway. And then you have to sit there, even though it's kind of short, right? It's only an hour, but man, it feels like 2 hours, right? And you have to watch, and like you see the paintings, and they don't show it like right away. It's like a glimpse here, a clip here, and like you gotta watch it to pay attention to this little arcing story that at the end it doesn't really make sense because it's like, who cares? You're gonna kill these people.
Right, yeah, and just push it along.
Yeah.
Force it. Good.
I thought like the whole meaning was like, the guy ended up killing people who saw art as more like money rather than actual art itself.
Yeah, but that kind of underlines like this guy who had, you know, he's from a mental institution and he's painting these paintings with like human blood and some stuff, and he's, I guess, painting from his life. So I guess, but at the same time, like, I don't know, there's like some magic stuff unexplained, you know, green monkey painting, grabbing the guy,
right, pulling him in.
Why? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess you could say.
You sure you're not gonna do them clicks from Young Justice? Good girl.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just passionate at this point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There's a lot of faults. I mean, the title, Velvet Buzzsaw, is, it goes to the main lady who's part of a band
called Velvet Buzzsaw. Right.
But what does that mean? Why that's not the title?
Like, it doesn't follow anywhere.
No.
Why is that the title of the movie?
It really doesn't.
You know.
But who knows? Maybe again, hidden messages.
It is and it isn't, because it's the other girl who found the dead body in the paintings. Right.
Yeah. So it was really her that kind of initiated all of this.
Because if that is true, then this movie was not clear at all.
We're gonna have to watch some more YouTube videos and unravel this mystery.
Unravel this mystery of like what's happening here.
Yeah, like what the hell did I just watch?
Let's not say.
I think everybody wants to watch Jake Gyllenhaal naked again.
Just fast food pause on that part.
Yeah, I think that's the only mildly entertaining part. Jake Gyllenhaal freaking out. The R's alive, man.
Yeah, that was it. I'm trying to figure what the hell is going on. Yeah, that was the best part.
And him being a snob, his heart being broken.
That and the fact that y'all noticed that the lady didn't blink.
And the lady didn't blink.
So Alexis, in the movie, there's this one chick. She's the main one that found the art, right?
Yeah, she's the one that found the art.
Because like Clea was pointing out, she's like, man, this lady's face is weird. I don't know what's about her eyes, but it bothers me. And Kevin's like, yeah, because she don't fucking blink. She literally, when she talks and she stares at you, she gives you like these tense looks, and her eyes don't blink. She just talks at you like this without blinking her eyes the entire time.
With a British accent, like, what's going on? Oh.
Go ahead.
It's like they cut right before she blinked, so she would look more. I guess she can't act good, so they wanted to make her look more suspenseful.
Uh-huh.
So they're like, all right, we'll just cut before you blink. Meanwhile, you look like some weird psychopath that would be at the door being like, honey, let me in, baby. Get away, you crazy bitch.
No, but that was so funny because after watching it a couple times, and this lady don't blink at all. So and I was waiting for somebody to mention like, her face is weird. And I was like, because she don't blink.
So the rest of the movie, we were focused on her eyes. Because we were like, is she going to blink? Is she going to blink? Like, oh, there's one blink out of like 10 minutes of her talking.
And most of the time, it's her shifting her eyes low. But then it comes up again.
Right, yeah.
She always has this surprised face.
She does have
maybe she forgot her lines. She was like, oh, okay.
Or maybe that's how her character, like, maybe she's like done, I don't know. But I'm probably going into too deep in this. Like
right. Maybe we're just overthinking.
Like she had Botox in her eyes or something.
Her eyeballs got Botox. That's too much. But yeah, that's Velvet Buzzsaw. Watch it if you want. I don't care.
And you know what? It is entertaining, even though it's kind of boring.
Right. Go ahead, Jay.
Even though I haven't watched it, I can tell you for sure it might be another Bird Box.
What, this one? What, being like top of the, like, it's so interesting, so compelling.
Yeah, and like open answers. Open questions.
I don't know, because when I was looking at, because sometimes I just like to see what's popular. I'm going to get to use that on like Netflix to see what's getting the most buzz. And right now it's still Polar. Yeah. Polar's still like at the top. That's why I was like, you guys really have to watch Polar so we can talk about it next podcast.
Yeah,
such a cool movie. Such a cool movie. But we'll talk about it another time. Well, go ahead, Zed, before we move to the next topic.
Damn it, Jacob. I was trying to avoid it. But that was the comparison I was going to say. It was like, it's like another Bird Box where the trailers make it so good.
Right.
And then like the first half of the movie, it's great. And then the other half, it's just like, what am I watching? This is so boring.
Right.
That was with me in Bird Box. But this one, I was like 30 minutes in, I was like, I'm bored. And halfway through the movie, can it be over, please? When I'm done with the movie.
Let me tell you.
I want an hour and 53 minutes of my life back.
Let me tell you, I didn't finish. I stopped it midway, and then I turned it off, and I went to sleep, and then I turned on again to finish it. But again, I had to pause it, because I was like, man, this is boring. I'll come back to it.
Yeah, at least you got Douglas.
Too long. Boy. That's what it was. It took too long during the suspenseful parts.
Go ahead.
It didn't build up.
Right. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I think that's the consensus on the film. So, save you some time, Alexis. You don't even really have to watch it. Yeah.
I mean, it's not even that scary, so.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Don't watch it.
I wasn't going to.
Good.
Go ahead, say.
So, I was going to say, I'm the unpopular opinion.
Okay. That's fair.
But I did like it. I liked it. I mean, I guess it was slow, but I'm kind of into the slow type of movies. I like reading into the symbolism of the movie, and I also like the acting a lot. So I was entertained by their acting.
I mean, their acting was great, except for her who can't blink.
Lady who can't blink.
It was funny. I liked it.
No, it was hilarious.
Yeah, because it became noticeable after you mentioned it. Then we were like looking at this lady's eyes the rest of it.
John Malkovich at the end.
Yay! John Malkovich.
John Malkovich actually was the best part.
He was barely in it.
Him and the guy from Hamilton.
Hey,
That's right.
That's right.
That was the only reason I was going to watch it.
He doesn't even really have a big role.
Yeah, not really. He's just there to irritate Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, that's it.
The artwork, I admire is now diminished. Okay. Are we done? Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Maybe he was smart. Maybe he saw after doing Bird Box, he's like, what the fuck is this?
Just flipping through it.
The thing is that the movie was directed by the director of Nightcrawler, so that's
Gotcha.
why
So
they
he's trying to keep that slow and steady and creepy.
And that's why they hired Jake Gyllenhaal.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah,
but trust me, I would much rather prefer you guys watch Nightcrawler than Sicko. But hey, it is what it is. Watch it if you want.
Watch it. So for ratings, look, I'll just say it. It's a 6.
Okay.
6 point. It's a D. 6.9. Whatever.
Solid D. All right.
It's a D. Solid D.
Solid D.
You know, but like, if you watch it with some friends, because after watching it 2 times with y'all, it was more entertaining watching it with you guys than watching it by myself.
Right. Made it funnier.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll give that. Where you watch it with your friends, 10.
There you go. Watch it with your friends and drink beer. It'll make it definitely worth it. All right. So next on the list here, Deadly Class. I don't know if anybody got a chance.
No,
Jacob watched it. Clea, you watched it? Yes. Harold, have you seen?
No,
Not yet.
No,
you
gotta sell me on it.
I know you ain't. Zed, you watched it. All right, awesome. So I know I've been raving about this to the group because I watched it because my brother actually told me about it. He's like, "Yo, you should watch this." I was like, "All right, whatever." And I was like, "Yo, this is actually pretty interesting." And I just kind of stuck with it and watched all the episodes up to date now, and I'm really enjoying it. Like it's cool. I did a little research on it because I knew nothing about it.
It's Image Comics.
Yeah, it's an Image Comics. Written by, I think the dude's name was Rick Remender.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those like kind of like Kick-Ass, where it's like just one of those like hardcore graphic comics with a lot of violence.
Without the racism.
Well, I don't know.
That's Kick-Ass.
Well, in this show there is racism.
I mean, well, not like in Kick-Ass.
But you just
okay. In Kick-Ass, there's a lot of racism, misogyny, and characters you don't really like in the comics.
Well, this kind of takes place. The storyline takes place in the 90s.
Yeah.
And so you meet a lot of like 90s typical movie tropes.
Yeah.
So you have like the thug black guy. You have the Japanese Yakuza. You have the like the hillbilly Dixie Club crew. And they're all racist, white supremacists.
Yeah.
And then you have like the communist Russians. And then you got this guy, the main character, who's this orphan who witnessed his parents dying. And so, like, he got sent to, Well, his parents committed suicide. That's the difference.
It's still Batman.
So he got thrown into this, like, orphanage, and it's still some shrouded mystery in the show as far as what really happened, but supposedly he killed all these other kids in the orphanage and started a fire. And so, because he had a bomb that he made, because his roommate did some things. And I don't want to spoil too much.
Don't spoil.
But his roommate did some things, and it really fucked with him, already dealing with the death of his parents. So he's like, all right, I can't deal with this. I gotta get out of this place. Boom, that happens. They find out about him at this school, this elite, like, Ivy League school for, like, kids who are part of, like, cartel families or mob boss families or psychopathic killers.
To teach them to become assassins.
Right. So it just teaches them to hone their skills and to continue in their family's footsteps to just be bad and evil people. So that's pretty much the gist of the school.
Welcome to evil school.
Right. So and that's pretty much what the school is. And then from there, that's where the story takes off. And it's him trying to get through because he doesn't belong to any particular bloodline or crime family.
Is him the outcast.
Right. So he's with the other outcast kids that are just like crazy and bad. So they're like, all right, you got to stick with them if you want to survive and form your own little group and just kind of go through the motions of high school, boarding school type antics. Yeah. That you would see.
It's going 1-on-1 with violence.
Right.
Got you on that one, huh?
Go ahead, Zed.
And boy, can that guy take an ass whooping.
Who? Oh, the main kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always got a cut or something. Man, he's getting his ass whooped every day. He just gets up like, what you got?
Yeah, but
and he's always busting balls too.
Who? Which one? The
Man,
main kid?
he's like agitating the hell out of people all the time.
Oh yeah, because his thing is that like he doesn't like bullies.
Yeah.
And the school is full of bullies. That's pretty much what it is. It's who can be the biggest, who can be the baddest, who can stand out the most. And so he doesn't like that. So he's the guy that's coming in there and like shaking shit up. Like, don't stand for it. Like, stand up for yourself. Don't just get punked.
Yeah.
And so that's why he's always getting into fights and getting beat up. Now he's in trouble with like the Mexican cartel guys because they don't like him because he's sticking his nose in their business and so on and so forth. So yeah, so that's why he's like every time you see him, he got a new Band-Aid or a scar on his face because he's always getting beat up for opening his mouth.
Maybe that's how Punisher came to be. He was that kid.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What was that one episode when they had the guy in the straitjacket and he was asking questions and he was like said something and the dude almost attacked him?
Oh yeah,
the guards that were watching the guy in the straitjacket, they like put the bar down in between them, like don't you
because he was getting too close.
He was gonna kill him.
Probably to eat his face or some weird shit. But go ahead, Jacob. What did you want to?
Oh yeah, what I wanted to say was when the trailer came out, I would say from my anime type of perspective, I thought it was gonna be kind of like a run-of-the-mill assassination classroom vibe.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that it was gonna be like that, where you have like a prodigy killer, Nagisa. He comes into the school and he learns new ways to kill people and that type of stuff. But when I finally watched it, man, oh boy, I see why Wong, he didn't go join the fight in Infinity War, bro. I know why. I know why. But it was nice seeing him there. I mean, he gives a good aesthetic to the school vibe.
Right.
And the kids, man. Yeah, they're a-holes, man.
Yeah, no, they are.
And one thing I really love though is how they do animation when it comes to showcasing the character's backstory.
Yeah, so that's cool. So what they do is they take the art style from the comics and they'll do like a quick little history. Okay. Because like when the kids, because Marcus is still kind of crazy from what he witnessed, and a correction to because I just remembered this part of the show. His parents didn't kill themselves. It was a lady who jumped off a building who killed herself and landed on his parents and killed them. So that's how his parents died. This crazy ass lady who just got out of a psych ward was on top of a building. She leaped and jumped and killed both of his parents. So that's what happened to them. They didn't kill themselves. That lady did. That's right. I remember that. That's what?
That's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Only you.
I found it funny. What do you think?
No. But,
go ahead, Jacob. I go to Claire.
But yeah, going back to that, what brings me to my point. His main goal is to kill Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Because of that, he killed his parents. Like he actually sent those 6 schizophrenic people out in the streets. Yeah. And so that they could live for themselves, and they caused mayhem. Right. And as to why his parents got killed when they were just enjoying, family time. And I know the thing is, during his backstory, he felt everything was like kind of off. He couldn't really enjoy this family bonding time because he felt like it was too suspicious. It felt like he couldn't enjoy it because, I don't know, it just felt off-putting. And, it kind of makes its way down to what we face currently. I can say I'm kind of enjoying some of the characters that he's tagging along with. The loser crew, which are called the Rats. Yeah, the Rats. They're pretty cool, man. They're funny. They're funny. I really like the British guy. He's so stupid and funny. Oh yeah, with the spiky hair. The punk guys. Yeah, he's hilarious. I like him. And the black guy who has to put up a front. I can't really give him too many spoilers.
Right. No, I know about him that he gives a front, but he's actually super nice.
Yeah, he is. He's like super nice, but on the outside he's like hardcore, like don't fuck with me. Right. Yeah.
When they showed his backstory, I was like, freak.
Respect my
Yeah, he's another one who had a rough backstory too, man. So like,
gosh. I knew I know the reason why he wants to be the person that he is now.
Right, yeah, exactly. It makes sense. Right,
it was
so you kind of sympathize with him when you saw what happened to his family and situation.
Another thing too, that girl, I forgot her name.
Which one?
The
Yakuza.
Yeah, the Yakuza girl. I know she was in the Nutter Netflix movie rep to the guys I loved before, to the boys I loved before. Mm-hmm. She was on that. She did a phenomenal job in this show. At times, she can pretend that she's... Karaoke. Okay. Croak. but I can say for sure that she does a good job in the series. I'm kind of getting really engaged in this show. It's like I can't stop watching.
Me too, bro.
Comic book shows.
Nah, it's good. That's why I was saying this is like another really good example of that transition and like how they should have did Titans.
Oh yeah, they should. Oh.
Right, they can learn. They can learn from watching this show,
especially when they're gonna do fuck Batman.
Right. Like, okay, you're gonna take it that way. Then you gotta give me something good, but not just made up. But whatever.
Last thing I want to say is primarily the goal of this school is to showcase, is to make these kids fend for themselves. Like they'll teach them the ways of killing and all that stuff so that they can fend for themselves in the real world. They can protect themselves.
Right.
That's one aspect of it. Another thing too, I can understand their goals out of this. Man, some of the crew, some of the rat crew, they have their own problems they want to deal with.
Right.
Which can be pretty crazy. We don't know people that are dealing with this personally, but with them, it's a whole different level. It's crazy. You got one dude that has to, he wants to defend his family from his cop dad,
Right, yeah, because he's abusive.
Yeah, and he's corrupt. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing. And and I feel like I could relate to him in a way, because he's a funny, awkward kid.
Oh, the one with the mohawk.
Yeah, him, yeah. He was pretty funny, man. Man, it was crazy. It was kind of messed up about what he has to go through. So seeing him in that element where he has to, learn these killing tactics so that he can save his family is the reason why they had to do this. I would say everyone has a goal for something, and they're not kidding around. Mm-hmm. And one more thing, Caesar, the cartel dude that he's the main protagonist is having problems with. Man, that man is an a-hole too, bro. He's a massive a-hole.
I mean, they're all a bunch of a-holes.
I know, but there's different levels to it. It's like
yeah, there's different levels.
It's crazy.
That's a crazy Zoe 101.
Oh, Billy's the one with the mohawk. He's funny. I like it.
That's a crazy Zoe 101.
Go ahead, Clea. So you got to watch it.
Yeah, I was able to watch it to episode 3, but I actually liked it so far. And, just to kind of back up what Jacob said, I actually like the fact that when they talk about the past, that it's more of a comic. Because it makes the show a little bit more stylized. At least maybe that's just me.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I really liked about it. I wasn't too crazy about the show at first because I saw the commercial. I'm like, what is this? But then once I started watching, I was like, okay, this is actually interesting, and I actually enjoyed it. And at some point, you do sympathize with the characters because of what they're going through, like Maria and
Maria,
Petra, and then the main character, he lost his parents. So, I think it's a watch.
Yeah, don't worry. Keep watching. Watch when y'all. So the relation. So you saw when you got to the episode when they had the house party, right?
Yes.
And Petra and Victor.
Man.
Just keep watching that dynamic. That's all. Just keep watching.
Yeah, just keep watching.
Because I saw the most recent episodes.
Same here.
Oh, you did? Well, you didn't get. Okay. That was foul, bro.
Oh,
that
was foul.
It was. It's a foul episode of Zoe 101. I'm just comparing. I'm taking all Jacob's jokes right now.
Oh, yeah, you are Zoe 101.
Are you talking about what happened in episode 3 or in episode 4? Or?
It's in 4.
Yeah,
it's in 4.
Oh, okay.
It happens in episode 4. So it's not in 3, it's in episode 4.
Yeah, it gives off that happy-go-lucky vibe.
Right. And then, woo, 360. It comes all the way around. But yeah, no, it's cool though. It's a great show. Yeah. I'm really enjoying it. I definitely recommend it.
It comes out every Wednesday too.
Yep, comes out every Wednesday. That was 9 or 10 o'clock or something.
Maybe.
Wednesday?
I think Sci-Fi.
Update?
Sci-Fi airs it. So I have it pre-recorded, so I don't miss it.
Yeah, awesome.
That's how much I like it. Yeah, Deadly Class. Good stuff.
All right, watch it.
Watch it, y'all.
On Sci-Fi.
On Sci-Fi. All right, so Quickfire. Or not so Quickfire.
Not so Quickfire.
We're here. We're down to the bottom. So a lot of stuff is just mostly updates on stuff we've talked about or covered before. Or there's a few new things here. So quick update. update. Pet Sematary, Zed. What's new in this trailer they got?
I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery.
Oh my gosh.
So in this trailer, they show some new stuff. They show some new stuff in this recent update trailer.
Yeah.
One of the things I do say that I am starting to feel and I'm liking from it is that they're really kind of digging into the like horror, supernatural aspect, and not giving it that like dark comedy twist like the original one was.
The first one felt more zombie than supernatural.
Right, yeah, the first one felt more zombie.
Because this one, at least in the trailers, what they're showing is they're showing more of a like respect to this ancient Native American burial ground.
Right.
And they put pressure more on like there's something dark and spiritual here that you don't want.
Right, like you should not be messing with these powers. like
the kids walking with the masks, they explain a little more, and then they show more about how the kids when the kid gets killed and the guy buries her there.
Right, yeah, like
that scene with her back.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
I was like, oh, rigor mortis big time.
Yeah, that was rough.
I got a crick in my back. Can you help me? Take a shovel. Pow!
Satan, did you see the Pet Sematary trailer?
Not really.
You didn't do your homework.
This is your type of movie.
I'm surprised you see it.
I did see it. I just didn't really see it. Like I saw a little short clip of it, but then I didn't see the whole trailer. But from what I saw.
So, question.
Yes.
I posted the clip on our Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you did.
Did you watch it there?
Yes. That's what I saw.
I'm just making sure.
Of course I watched it.
Follow us at SiXFrames on Instagram.
But
go ahead.
I mean,
is it interesting?
I can't really go into detail a lot over it because I didn't really watch much of it, but of course it interests me. It's horror. I love horror. It looks like it's gonna be well made.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does.
Well made, and I like the part where the kids have the mask on. That's very creepy.
They're playing a little doo.
Yeah.
They're playing a little drum, walking to the cemetery.
Kids are always creepy, so you know.
That's very true. Kids are always creepy. Go ahead, Zed. What do you want to add in there?
I kind of like how, because in the first one, it's, well, from the trailer, just give you a quick little brief down, is this family moves to this, like, backwood countryside.
Right.
And there's, like, a highway that runs through the front yard. So semis come flying by all the time. Mm-hmm. So in the first movie, this 2-year-old kid walks out, and this semi just, they don't show it, but you see the shoe flying, and you knew that kid got hit.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad they're doing the daughter and not the kid, because the entire time I'm sitting there watching this movie with the kid, I'm like, boy, this is Child's Play 2.0. and I kind of like how it's her now, because it's not like this little kid that can like hide behind little stuff.
Right.
She's a little taller, so if she tries to hide, you can see her a little better.
Right, yeah. With her, it's a little different. Yeah, so you're not using the little kid like in the original one. It's the daughter, it's the older sibling. So, but yeah, no, most definitely. So, Alexis, when are we gonna see this movie?
You gotta show her the original one.
Clea, you want to add to the trailer?
Yeah, I mean, when I watched it, I was like, man, I'm ready. I'm ready. I also read somewhere that supposedly, like, the wife's sister, that she had some sort of disease, and the one that was crawling on the floor, I think. Supposedly they're gonna make her a lot more scarier than like the original movie or something like that.
Oh Lord, okay.
I don't know, but for me, I like the creepiness of it. I thought it was a little bit more freaky and disturbing than the original one. I like the original one no matter what, but I kind of like to see where they go with this one. So I'm pretty eager.
I want to see where they take it. So. Harold, you saw the Pet Sematary trailer?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I gotta go with everyone's backing up here. It looks really creepy. It looks really good. I do hope to see more of the little, I guess, the back-to-life zombie-like-esque kind of things that are going to pop up now.
Right, yeah.
Especially what happened in the original with the cat. Like,
oh my gosh. That cat in the original sound. That movie made me not like cats for a very long time.
Because why? I like cats.
For the original Pet Sematary.
Because you don't want to be there.
Oh my God. I walked right into that. All right, next on the list.
Damn it, like you too.
All right, so the Clea, you dropped this one on us. The Dark Phoenix test screening was apparently
trash.
Basura.
Basically, like supposedly there was some sort of really early test screening of like the movie, and apparently it was just really bad.
I saw that too.
It kind of like
you
somewhat went into the route of the apocalypse or something. Or
it pretty much follows completely like that.
what?
And then I read the article that goes with it, and apparently Crunch follows X3, so you're gonna literally see the whole thing happen to X3 into this one now. Where she almost kills Xavier, where she not kills Xavier, where she almost kills
and she supposedly
Cyclops.
kills accidentally Mystique. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, finally.
Thank God they got
And I'm
her.
glad it was accidental.
Jeez.
That's what they want you to think.
I mean, I mean, it's kind of bittersweet because, like, as much as I love X-Men, and that's kind of what brought me into Marvel. It pains me to say this, but like, this movie should suck because this is the route that they were kind of taking it anyways.
Yeah.
And now that Disney's got it, this is kind of the end. Like, all right, this is it. This is their last movie they're pumping out. Now they get to finally redo all this and give us something fresh and brand new.
Because they were already digging their own hole for their grave, and so they just like, well, we're made it deep enough, and they just got they got the shovel and they just smack it on themselves.
Right, and just fall into the pit. Just kick the dirt over us when y'all ready.
Let's just be wary this not a Pet Sematary, though.
Good. You wanted to add something, Jacob? Before I go to the next.
So I was researching like the test screenings on Twitter. Oh man, everybody was talking about it. They were saying it was terrible, bad. Some people went to see it 3 times, and they were like, "Oh man, this is horrible than the first screening."
What? They saw it 3 times, and it was worse the 3rd time. Lord.
Damn, at least when I watched Velvet Buzzsaw, at least it got entertaining the 3rd time I watched it.
And I heard when they put out the first test screening, people didn't like it, so they went ahead and did the second one.
Okay.
And then people didn't like it, I guess, or probably it was in
because they probably were changing some things.
Yeah, they did some reshoots.
Okay.
And then they felt, and it was bad news. 3rd one, hey, okay, I guess we got to give up and show it to the public.
And that's it.
That's it. And one thing I could say is, if that's the route that they're headed towards, then what was the point of Days of Future Past where they try to fix everything?
Oh, you know why? Nothing. It's just Hugh Jackman's last time being Wolverine in an X-Men movie.
Right, that's what that was. Go ahead, Eric.
And then the worst part of it, when I read the article, they also mentioned supposedly the squirrels are supposed to come in.
Oh yeah, but they don't actually mention the squirrels.
No, but squirrels, they don't call them the squirrels. They just call them aliens. So I'm just like, why?
The aliens. So there's aliens?
Yeah, like supposedly.
It's supposed to be the scroll coming into the...
Because supposedly Jean Grey did something and the ship in space decided to hit their home planet. So they're like, oh, you know what? Fuck it, let's go to war. With the humans.
But and then like supposedly they're generic looking aliens and they're supposed to be alluding to the scrolls, but they don't actually say scrolls. It's so weird.
And then the CGI is just like...
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
I think it's not the bad guy from Justice League was bad.
This is nothing. Oh my god.
I guess you could say E.T. is going to be there?
Exactly.
All right, next
up. Destroy all mutants. All right, moving along. Quickfire
here. I'll keep this one brief. So just real quick update on EA.
What they did again?
So, well, it's just more so that they're starting to drop in stocks. So, and it's because of the whole LootBox system. And so with Belgium, their laws are kind of like, yo, you can't have this, and kids play this. This is like gambling, pretty much. It's a lottery system that you've instilled in your games for FIFA. Yeah. And so they've been going back and forth with lawyers and the government, and so eventually it just kind of came down to like, all right, we're just gonna have to give up on them because we can't keep fighting this battle. Because if they get this, if they take us to court all the way and then it falls in their favor, then they were more so worried about other countries kind of jumping on the bandwagon and like, yo, we need to do this too. If they're gonna ban it for Belgium, they need to ban it for all of us as well. So EA just kind of, I know, I wish they did, but EA kind of smartened up in a sense where they're like, let's just let them have this one. We won't give them loot crates, but we'll just keep doing what they're doing. So their stock market took a hit, but in light of the other games that recently came out, even though the last Battlefield 5 did terrible, and that's just because of poor marketing and that they just totally destroyed the story. But I'm not going to get into that about, you know, a teenage girl fighting in World War II. But anyway.
Anthem.
But with Anthem out and then now this Apex Legends game, I mean, they're saying that this game might be like the next best thing since Fortnite. Yeah. Because they got so many people that are online playing it. And they're seeing the numbers rolling in. So this hit in stock.
They're getting suckered in.
Yeah, it's like, do you people not know this is EA? Do you not see their track record? Like, chill. Stop giving them what they want. And I'm telling you, they're just going to fall into that whole system all over again with the loot crates. I can already see it now. Yeah. Apex.
They already got in trouble with, you know, not to deviate.
No, not good.
Since there was a leaked photo for Anthem, and they showed, like, the suits and stuff, and they said some of them they cost $20.
What?
$20 for like a gear for a cosmetic that doesn't even look good. It just looks generic. Like the first suits you get, it's just like that, all black. That's it.
Lame.
$20, real money, real cash money.
Wow. So yeah, EA is gonna keep doing what they've been doing. It's a revolving door with these people, and they're never gonna learn because people are gonna keep dishing out cash to them. And it is what it is. Yeah.
Well, sign up for EA if you want to play a game.
Right. So next, Quickfire, the Curse of
La Llorna.
La Llorna.
La Llorna.
I can't even say that.
La Llorna.
I
got to pause.
The who?
The weeping woman, right?
Yeah.
The weeping. Okay.
The crying lady.
So what's is it? This is a movie that they.
Yeah, it's based off an urban legend.
Okay, so tell me about it because I know nothing about this.
Well, I actually saw some videos about the actual legend itself, but supposedly, you know, this woman, she fell in love with this guy, and they went off to live somewhere, and then the guy kind of left her eventually.
Hey, bye, Felicia.
Basically, and he ended up being with another woman, and she was just so upset about it that she just drowned her children.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
that's how it works.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's a little bit of a legend. That's like the very abridged version of it.
Okay.
And supposedly she goes to the gates of heaven, but then
she was denied, I think.
She was denied, and she's told, "Oh, you need to find your kids,
and then you can't come up here."
So then, she searches through all eternity for kids, and if she finds one, she kills them and takes them. Okay. Yeah.
So hide your kids.
Just hide your kids.
Hide your kids.
Go ahead, Zed.
Urban legend. I got a story for you.
Oh,
this is Quickfire. No, you tell after the podcast.
Just say that you could find La Llorona in this game called Red Dead Redemption.
Oh yeah, there is a
if you go to
Easter egg.
Yeah.
In the swamps, there is a lady who's wearing all white and she's weeping. She's crying. And when you're playing with the main character, if you walk up to her and he's like, "Hey, how are you, man?"
Pulls a knife on you.
Why are you crying? And she just jumps up. She's like, "Ah!" She tries to stab you. And he's like, "What the hell?" And then all these other zombie dudes start coming out of the swamps and attack. Yeah. So that's where the legend. All right, so I see the connection. Yeah. So they're making a movie for it. There's a trailer that I saw. I just didn't know the background of. The mythos. And then
last little tidbit before we move on to the next one. It is being directed by James Wan, so you know this is going to be good.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. So awesome. So he did Aquaman, and now he did Insidious, and now he's doing this. And he did one of the Fast and Furious. This guy just he's all over the place.
Exactly.
Talented dude. What's up?
Didn't he do a Saw film?
Yeah.
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 He did the first one.
He does a lot of movies with Blumhouse, so this makes sense if he's directing this one and putting it together.
I saw trailer, and I was like, oh shit, you give me flashbacks, lady.
Yeah.
Sorry for another time.
All right. Next new trailer that dropped, Child Play. They finally released it after hinting at it for so long.
The Attack of the Children!
So, I think the lady should start first about this.
Go ahead, Clea. You want to cover the Child Play trailer?
I mean, I don't know how I feel about it, because, like, I really like the original, but I kind of want to see how, like, the more modern take of it. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm still going to watch it. Right. But I kind of don't like the fact that they cut off, like, the supernatural aspect of it, because I feel like it made things a little bit more intense. Right. For the more, like, AI aspect, like the robot, to me it just seems, I don't know, just too...
cliched.
Easy. Right, I don't know how to explain it. It's just
too sci-fi.
I guess. It's just, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Just...
Go ahead, Zed.
I was saving this for the podcast. Mm-hmm. What if he's got the robot body, but it does have that voodoo magic stuff? So he's harder to kill.
Yeah.
Try it. I mean, have they released anything about the plot of the film?
Not really.
Just basic, same old. But from what the trailer, my first guess is, he goes haywire like Terminator. And...
Right, like something makes this model buggy.
Yeah.
And
he scans your face and then he kills you. Well, can I say something?
He's the doll from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Kill.
Yeah,
kill. I remember that.
Audrey Plaza as the mother? What?
Yeah, that's kind of weird, right? Her being a mom figure.
From Parks and Rec? That one? The one that...
Who has no emotion?
I guess the only thing missing from this trailer is Will Smith, because this is iRobots, man.
I get you that one.
It's crazy.
Alexa, did you see the trailer? You get a chance to see it?
No.
You remember who talking to?
It's not scary.
It's not even scary.
I don't care.
She refuses to watch anything that's remotely horror.
Jacob, we gotta remember, this also probably might be AI.
That's terrible.
Man, get out of here, man.
That's the route it's going to.
They dump Chucky in the woods. He finds you long, like, hey, what's up? What's going on?
Start stabbing people.
What I can say, because I'm a Twitter guy. Mm-hmm. So Jennifer Tilly, the voice actress for Chucky's Bride, she's against this movie coming out. She's like, no, she put these hashtags like, not my Chucky. She doesn't really have a good standing for this film coming out.
I mean, because they're pretty much reinventing the wheel here. They're taking it and they're like, all right, we're just going to use that concept of the killer doll and the image of Chucky because everybody can recognize that, but we're giving our own story to it. So we're not using the whole serial killer Charles Lee Ray, who knows some voodoo magic that he learned from a Haitian voodoo priest, and now he transfers his soul into the doll, and that's how Chucky comes alive.
And he's not even in this movie either, so it's just like...
Yeah, right, he's not in this movie.
That's right, no more jokes.
So no more jokes, no more him screaming and
you
being...
fucking bitch! Who you think you are?
You speak to me or I'm gonna throw you in the fire. You stupid bitch!
We're gonna take you off!
So none of that, none of the Chucky quirks and his little smart remarks and him sneaking up on people with the knife and make them drive the car. Take me to Andy's house.
Take me to Andy's house right now.
Right. So none of that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I guess we'll have to keep an eye on it.
How you doing?
And see where they take the story. So we'll keep on. Go ahead, Jacob.
I guess they'll do like a Siri clapback thing.
No.
Oh, what?
Let's move.
See,
in the words of Chucky, my God, that joke was terrible.
All right, and then last on the list for the Quickfire is Jump Force. It's releasing February 14th, and then they just showed us your boy Joe Totoro.
That's right.
And Dio.
Let me do it. Hold on. The world.
So that was it for that. That's all we wanted to throw in there. We already talked about Jump Force too many times.
True love for all the nerds coming out. Valentine's Day.
That's right. So get your weeaboo gifts together.
Right. Get you husbandos. Because there's no waifus in this.
Actually, no.
Who's?
Who?
I know.
Oh, the chick from Bleach.
Yeah. Rick.
I guess one out of...
No, there's more, but that's the only one they've been showing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. There's more husbandos than waifus in that.
Still more husbandos. No, not a lot of waifus in this anime.
Yeah.
Beat him up.
I'm beating this woman.
All right, y'all. That's it. That's wraps up the 11th episode.
11th
All right, great job, team.
Yay. I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery.
What's up, guys? Lamp here. Thank you for listening to SiXFramesPodcast. If you like what you heard, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel at SiXFramesPodcast. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications. If you want to talk directly to us, feel free to email us at SiXFramepodcast@gmail.com. That's SiXFramepodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Podbean and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe and rate. You can also follow our artsy asses on our social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Take care and stay wild.